What is up, everyone? The club is back, and I wanted to start the video with a shout out to Boogie's on Fire, as he spotted me on Save the World in the mission the other day. Unlike Uncharted 3, my channel for Save the World is super small, and to actually find someone who recognizes you in-game, that was neat. So this week's patch notes, to me, there are a few things that are worth talking about. Off the top of my head, the first thing is the power level restrictions that will help with the leechers. There is also a mythical lead duplication system that was implemented that's going to help us out, as personally I have several duplicated mythic leads, and the super people llamas, which is where we get the mythic leads, they're not cheap. Especially if you don't buy V-Bucks and you try to grind with Save the World, it takes a long time. 2 new guns, for most of us, will be arriving today at 5 p.m. Pacific time. The Rat King and the so desired Gravedigger. I personally wasn't around for last year's Fortnite Mirrors, and will be grabbing and maxing it out the first couple minutes of receiving the schematic, purchasing the schematic. Before the cram session began, I had over 2,000 legendary perk ups saved just from grinding. I have been inactive on here and haven't really been able to help out many subscribers, viewers with Joel's Pub, Joel's, whichever. As I've been working long shifts and just recently began closing on the house purchase. So hopefully when that gets controlled, or that gets behind me in a few weeks, I will have more time on my hands to actually do more Save the World, Red Dead Redemption, and other games, more content for the channel. And finally, the last thing that caught my attention, which we are watching in the gameplay, is the Retrieve the Data beta storms, in which the storm closes in on us, forcing every player in the game to walk over to the objective. I don't know how I personally feel about this. Reasons is the storm, to me personally, it closes in too soon. I wish it would close in much faster, but maybe at the 11-minute mark, forcing players to, in the last 2 minutes, if you wanted to shoot the balloon down at the 9th-minute mark, to actually build. Right now I'm kind of standing around from the last 4 or 5 minutes because there's not much things to do loot wise, especially if all 4 players are looting the small area. So that's a negative in my opinion. I think had the storm with an increased speed started closing in on everybody maybe at the 11-minute mark, it allowed people to still farm, explore the map, and all the other fun things to do. The storm, it's not like the Battle Royale, where the more it closes in, the more damage it does to the player. It seems to be consistent at 3,000 damage for Twine Peaks, as I tried it on Twine Peaks. And the things I find useful, because it does get a bit hard to see enemies, so I love using turrets, the teddies, while playing these missions. So most likely in the next few days I will be using Outlanders for these missions, most likely, personally. So I believe that's all I had to say for these patch notes. I will be leaving a link to the description in the video for those that haven't read it, haven't seen them, or are interested in seeing them, as there's other things that are going to be coming out. But again, these are the things that caught my attention. And yeah, so guys, I will see you guys around later.